atmosphere in the locker room today. Can you just talk about, what you guys did well today, what you were most pleased with, and what it felt like to get one?
It feels really good. A lot of smiling faces in the locker room right now. I want them to enjoy this. It's been a difficult stretch, but I really appreciate the competitiveness, the perseverance that the guys show. They show up in practice every day, and to be rewarded with a victory for them and the fans and supporters is a big, big deal, and that we need to build on. So I think it was a team effort all the way around. I mean, offensively, running the ball, throwing the ball. Great job by the offensive coaches. That's a good defense, and they made it hard on us at times, but really possessed the ball for much of the game, and again stayed balanced. Got into some manageable third downs and converted. And I still think they would tell you the same, that we can still convert a couple more of those into touchdowns. But really good job moving the football and kicking game. I mean, the field goal team, obviously Dario had a huge day, big part of what we did today. And defensively, just to make life tough on them, stop the run, really, got them into some longer down and distances. And really, other than the quarterback scrambles that hurt us a couple of times, I thought the defense overall played really well. And a number of guys contributed today. It wasn't just a one-man show. So it feels really good when you have a team effort like that and it comes out as a victory.
I could ask you a quick follow-up about the defense. Can you just talk a little bit about Elijah Hicks's game? He had the interception, he had a sack, a couple tackles for loss, but also just what you guys did in the second half where they just had nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Elijah's played a good football for us for a long time, but the guy, I mean, that might be his best game that he's played since he's been here. Very productive, negative plays, sacks, tackles for losses, blitzing, covering in man, covering in zone, overlapping on a 3-deep where they had a step on us on the perimeter at corner, and Elijah came over and picked the ball off. I mean, that was a big time play. So he did a great job. And again, it takes all 11 because to play good run defense, you got to hold up in coverage, and play good pass defense, you got to win up front. And I thought everybody did their part today for the most part. So the second half, I think, again, our offense possessed the ball a lot, and we were able to get off the field pretty consistently on defense, and that's probably how it resulted in terms of the yards and all that.
Thanks.
Okay, move on to Steve Kroner from the Chronicle. Steve, go ahead.
Hey, Justin, first kind of following up on what Jeff was asking you earlier. A lot of times we ask coaches who've lost, what did you tell your team in the locker room after the game? We don't nearly ask as often to coaches who win, what did you tell your team after the game? You won. What did you tell your team after the game?
Well, some of that's between us, but I would say the theme is how proud we are of how they compete, and they came out and competed hard today. They've worked extremely hard. They believe in each other, and there's power in that. That's a tangible thing, that belief and the energy and the buzz on the sideline and in the locker room. And I want them to enjoy it. I mean, winning, it feels good, and they need to enjoy it. And we don't want it to be the highlight of the season. We want to build on it and come back in on Monday and start getting ready for a really good Oregon State team.
And I don't know how well you know Joe Kapp or know of his career, but Chase passed Joe Kapp today as the most prolific running quarterback in Cal history. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to Chase?
Well, quite an accomplishment. We all know what a player Joe Kapp was here and in the NFL. And Chase has done a good job. He's played a lot of football for us and had some really timely runs today. Still threw the ball for, I think, 220 or so, and was efficient. I thought he made some really clean reads, both in the run game, keeping it, and in the pass game, making decisions. So that's an honor for him. And, I think he would probably share that with his, fellow linemen and receivers, backs, and tight ends as well. But that's a big deal.
Thank you.
Okay, move on to Trace Travers. Trace, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, you had one of your more productive pass rushing days. Was there something that you saw from Colorado's offensive line that made you guys more effective?
Well, we kind of challenged our guys, and it comes down to winning one-on-one matchups. When you talk about four-man pass rush, somebody's got to win one-on-one, and I thought we had guys that did that today. And if they're going to get 4 and 5 guys out in the route, then they can't double team everybody up front. And I thought the guys who had single blocks won a fair amount, and it was not just one person, Bimage, Cam Good, Oren Patu, Darius, I think Luke, everybody, when they got their one-on-ones, had a higher win percentage than we have previously. And again, something we need to continue to build on. That's how you play good pass defense. You got to play good in the back end to play good pass defense, but you also got to win up front so the quarterback can't sit there and pat the ball.
Yeah. And with that, you guys had a pass rushing package with Good, Patu, Bimage, and Darius Long. How'd that come about?
Oh, well, we've had it for a while, but you got to be in the right situations to get them on the field. So, some teams, once they get to midfield or so, third down really becomes second down because it's 2-down territory and you're going to defend different type of plays. When you get them on their side of the 50-yard line and you get some third and longs, then you got more obvious pass situations so you can utilize groups like that. So, we love using that. And the challenge is to our guys is like, they enjoy it too. So let's get them in third and long on their side of the field so we can employ all those things.
Thank you.
We go next to David Bush. David?
Yeah, Coach, I have to be David Downer, but you would have had a lot more rushing yards, except there were some really crucial penalties. And in a closer game, that could have been important. And that's been an issue all year. Was it something that's carrying on that you need to correct?
Yeah, I mean, I think offensively, the number one area we got to clean up will be the penalties. I think the number of 10-yard penalties, holdings, especially, that makes it hard to convert because now you're 1st and 20. I think we were 1st and 20 maybe 3 times, and that's very, very difficult. So it's a matter of technique and focus and identification, and it's not one thing, but obviously we can't be, getting penalties thrown on us and backing up 10 yards. It's, that's a good defense we went against, and you don't want to make it harder on yourself by committing penalties.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, we'll go back to Jeff Ferraro.
Justin, now that you've got the first Pac-12 win, what's out there for you the rest of the season? What do you think you guys can achieve?
Well, our whole mindset is to enjoy this victory and then come back to work. We know Oregon State's a very good team, and we'll have to play even better next week. And so that's really the goal. I mean, we understand what's in front of us. There's a ton to play for, but most importantly, we got to have a great week of practice and prepare for Oregon State. So we're focused on the right here and the right now.
And we saw a little glimpse of your tight ends of the future today. Latu with a nice touchdown catch, and Jermaine Terry also with his first reception. What did you think about what those guys were able to do?
Yeah, it was great to see those guys get in there and contribute. We've, since fall camp, thought that they're going to do some things to help our team this year. Kalecki's play, really a great job by the front in protection. Chris Street, I think, was actually in there and picked up a pressure. It allowed Chase to throw a really good pass. So great protection, great throw by Chase. And then I think they were in man-to-man with the linebacker on Kalecki, and Kalecki beat him one-on-one. So there's kind of, what we talk about, those one-on-one wins, and he beat him and we put the ball on him for a touchdown. So it was a great play all around and really exciting for Kalecki. And I think one of the things I thought was, impressive about that is he caught his first career touchdown, and then he turns around, he goes down on kickoff. And I thought that was really cool. Proud of him for that.
And Jermaine Terry as well, catching his first pass.
Yeah, that was huge. And I know JT has grown a lot this season. The statistics probably don't show the improvement he's made because his, opportunities have been a little limited, but we want to continue to grow his role. He's a physical guy. He loves to block. He obviously loves to catch the ball like all tight ends do, but he's really come a long way, and we're going to expect him to continue to improve because he cares about it. He invests a lot of time in it, and he's going to get better and better.
And if I could ask you one more, it feels like this was the most diverse your offense was all year. I think Chase had 8 different receivers in the first half alone. He ran the ball different ways. He ran the ball. Were you pleased with how versatile your offense was today?
Yeah, great job by the offensive staff. Great job ultimately by the players executing. And you become more versatile when you stay in rhythm and you get, other than the penalties like we talked about, and those we have to correct because those can kill a drive. But when we stayed in rhythm, you get those those down and distances, those 2nd and 4s where really the playbook's, wide open, the 3rd and shorts, those type of downs as opposed to being behind the chain. So I thought they did a really good job staying in rhythm, and we were able to throw the ball on 1st down at times and really kind of keep the defense on their side of the ball guessing a little bit. So multiple personnel groups, multiple schemes, but ultimately it's about staying in rhythm so you can utilize all those things.
Thanks.
Okay, do we have any more questions? Okay, seeing none,